with that, I'd like to start off by just sharing what you told us were some of your key business priorities for the next 12 months. And these are all sort of discussion points that you can share and discuss amongst each other as we go through the day and beyond, of course, as well. And just saying a bit of a comparison there between 2022 last year and indeed this year. And what we can see is, probably unsurprisingly, building a secure and trusted organisation has really jumped to the top of the list. Obviously, we've seen some fairly high-profile breaches last year, another one just a few days ago as well. And it's really driven the security conversation to the top levels of every organisation. But increasingly, I did for example, I did a roundtable last week in Melbourne with about 12 to 15 government CISOs in Victoria. And a lot of it also is, how do we react when we get these challenges, when we get these breaches? We can do everything we can to try and protect infrastructure, the perimeter, but a breach is ultimately inevitable. So being prepared for that, how we react and how we ensure that the business can recover effectively is increasingly a major focus. Improving operational effectiveness, and it's interesting, I've been an analyst for many years, certainly presented on these topics many times, and that is consistently a number 1 to number 3 top priority. Whether you're a cloud and data center leader, a CIO or a CTO, we're continually striving to do things more effectively and ultimately more efficiently as well. And that drives into what Jim was speaking about with the exponential value roadmap as well. Much of that is how we can drive greater efficiencies to optimize expenditure and drive better return on value to our technology investments as well. Interesting, attracting and retaining talent has kind of slipped down the list in terms of priority. However, as we'll see, we're still certainly impacted by skill shortages. We're seeing a much stronger focus from many organisations, and of course many gathered here today, on how we can actually develop our people internally, driving greater efficiencies in what they're doing to free up time to actually help augment some of those challenges from a skills point of view we're facing within the organisation. Improving data-driven approaches to business, and again, thinking back to what Jim was talking about, that's what it's all about. How can we get the right information, the right insights to make those fact-based decisions for the right outcomes within the organisation? It's interesting when we look at the whole cost side of things, because when we ask organisations about their budget expectations for the year ahead, we're not seeing a massive pullback. We're not seeing a real slash and burn mentality out there, but we are seeing greater scrutiny on the investments we're making, and really making sure that there's a clear alignment between investments in technology and the value it's going to drive back to the business. I would say also we're seeing a bit more of an incremental approach to many technology projects. Those kind of big 20, 30, $40 million projects are kind of being chunked down for many organizations so that we can show that incremental value along the way. So that's our priorities. What's kind of holding us back on delivering on some of our key sort of technology projects? Competing business priorities. And this was the same when we surveyed CIOs just back in February.